construction activities will begin within the next weeks. That statement has more hedges than a Beverly Hills mansion, more hedges than a nervous groom's wedding vows written by a divorce lawyer. But it's funny how progress starts moving once somebody turns on a microphone. 4 weeks of KBLA editorials and suddenly everyone has found their hard hats. It's amazing what happens when the community starts asking questions out loud, and this is why Black media matters. We don't need more empty promises. We need a finished project. Political accountability to Black fellow citizens means that elected officials and institutions must answer for their actions or inaction in ways that are real, measurable, and consequential when they fail to follow through. I suppose the good news here is that LA City Council President and 8th District Representative Marquise Harris Dawson is now officially on the record. But to be clear, he's also on the clock. Remember now, it is anticipated that construction activities will begin within the next weeks. We shall see. We have exercised our right to free speech, but there are other rights the Black business community can exercise as well. This is a classic example of a public nuisance claim if ever there was one. Again, we shall see. What I can tell you is that Black business owners and Crenshaw community residents have been calling, emailing, and literally showing up in our lobby demanding more and asking how they can sign on to this effort. Put simply, after years of delay, the people have had enough. My big mama put it this way: once a task you have first begun, never finish until it is done. Be the labor great or small, do it well or not at all. And finally, while the citizens in Crenshaw appeal to Mr. Harris Dawson to fulfill the city's obligations to us, the LA City Council debates whether non-citizens can vote in local elections. I declare, here again, that's not leadership, that's misplaced priorities. Now, I need to put on my hard hat, go outside, and wait for these procrastination Crenshaw construction crews to show up. I'll let you know if and when they do. Trust and believe. With a KBLA Talk 1580 editorial, I'm Tavis Smiley. As always, we welcome your feedback.
All my life, been grinding all my life. Sacrifice, hustle paid the price. Want a slice, got to roll the dice, that's why. All my life, I've been grinding all my life. Look, all my life, been grinding all my life. Sacrifice, hustle paid the price. Want a slice, got to roll the dice, that's why. All my life, I've been grinding all my life. Look, I'm married to this game, that's who I made my wife. Said I'd die alone, I told that she probably right. One thing that's for sure, not a stranger to this life. Got a safe that's full of Franklins and a shoulder full of stripes. I don't know it like myself. I say self-made, meaning I design myself. County jail fade, you can pull my file yourself. Spot raid, swallow rocks, I'm getting high myself. Nah, damn right I like the life I built. I'm from West Side 60, I might got killed. Standing so tall, they think I might got stilts. Legendary baller like Mike, like Wilt. 96 Impala, thug life on wheels. Up against the wall, squabble at Fox Hills. Like a mother boss, ask me how I feel. Successful street, touching them first meals. Whoa. All my life, been grinding all my life. Sacrifice, hustle paid the price. Want a slice, got to roll the dice, that's why. All my life, I've been grinding all my life. Look, all my life, been grinding all my life. Sacrifice, hustle paid the price. Want a slice, got to roll the dice, that's why. All my life, I've been grinding all my life. Look, I got everything I said I was gonna get on my kid. In addition to that fact, I went legit. I'm the now according to the way that I'm positioned in this biz, it look like I'm just gonna keep on getting rich.
All right. I really actually have been grinding all my life. Actually, really. Yep. We are broadcasting from Crenshaw, and the phone lines are open. We got a lot to talk about. All kinds of things are going on. Love to hear what's important to you at 800-920-1580. We made it through 5 years, Miles. We're 5 years in. We're 5 years. 5 years deep, and in this grind. And me and you got a daily grind. We get here. Well, you get here before I do, and we're here. We turn the lights on in this place.
Lights on around this mug, yeah.
6 a.m. day in, day out is no joke. Miles be here before 6.
Sometimes.
Yeah,
Try to be.
most times. So we're hella reliable, actually.
Yeah,
I'm patting us on the back. I'm giving us our flowers. 5 years. It's my honor and my privilege. I'm not saying that to complain, but we definitely grinding.
Yeah, it's real. It's like that, like the old jalopy when it's like, all right, you got to tap it a couple times, pray it starts up, but it starts up every single time. That's first things first for KBLA.
Here's the thing. I'm a Gemini. You know that. Miles is a Leo, big Leo. Birthday right around the corner.
Yeah.
But as a Gemini, we get bored and we get inventive. And so after 5 years, I feel like, we should evolve. The show we should introduce some new features. I know we just named Think Tank Thursday. So the question is, even though it's a Talking Point Tuesday, I'm going to give you a think tank type question. What would you like to see more of, and what would you like to see less of? I'm more interested in what you want, not what you don't want, but what would you like to see more of on this show? First things first, this is the first thing. And, maybe some of you get up earlier than 6. I don't know. But for a lot of us, it's the first thing we do in the morning. Of course, I pray and meditate before I come in and do this. Ask for God's blessings to do the best possible job for you and for me and for Miles. But what would you like to see more of? What works for you? What have we not touched on yet that we could still do? I mean, let your imagination go crazy. Like, if there were no limits, if there were no restrictions, if there were no we do this buts, what would you like to see here, be part of, participate in? Yeah, I mean, I'm marinating. I'm in the marinate stage, which means I'm going to be coming up with who knows what. But I always love your thoughts on this. 5 years deep. We half a decade into this, Miles.
And I think we've done a lot. There's not too much we haven't touched on at some point in time, I'm guessing, right? We touch on tech, you touch on health, you touch on food, you touch on relationships.
Yeah, we are launching a new segment tomorrow, too, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm right on time for that. It's going to be the first Wednesday of every month. Because I want to, just like I always make sure we focus on relationships, sometimes I feel like we lag with health. We're going to start doing well-being Wednesdays.
Good.
The first Wednesday of every month with Dr. Leo Moore, MD. So that's a new thing. But yeah, and we've broadcast from outside. We broadcast from inside.
Broadcast from Africa.
Broadcast from Africa. And from the Democratic National Convention.
From the fire.
I guess I could go to the RNC. That would be new. I don't know. What I'd love to hear, there's always something else we could do. There's always a twist, an invention, an adventure. And I'm here for that. That's big Gemini vibes.
Okay. We got to figure out what that is then. Cause I'm thinking, where's the blue ocean at? Where have we not touched that?
I'm not doing a Katy Perry. We're not going on Blue Origins, 20 minutes in space. Now, if we could do 3 hours in space and broadcast from a rocket, I'd be down for that. But not just fly up, fly down. No. Not just poser space.
Thinking what else we have? We
Submarine would be dope.
What?
Submarine would be cool.
Okay, under the sea?
Yeah, I've never done that, under the sea. I don't know. Even a cruise ship would be, well, I mean, I guess that's Tom Joyner. He kind of did that. But I've never done it.
You've never done that. That could be the next thing.
I don't know. What do you guys think? It doesn't have to be a location. It could be a conversation. It could be a way of conversation. Yeah. Let's be creative. Let's have some fun.
Okay, yeah.
Add some fun to the grind.
Or game. I mean, I don't know. Is games? That's something we want to bring. Is that would you do games? I don't know.
I used to do games on street science. It was fun. We used to do a dysfunctional name that tune, where we would listen to the lyrics and you would say whether it's functional or dysfunctional. I'd have a shrink there, And if you get it right, you get prizes.
Okay.
Oh, we could do something like that. It wouldn't have to be that game. We could come up with another game. Like, Where's the Lie? I can play like clips from the resident of the White House, and you can tell me where the lie is. Maybe that's too easy. But some of them lies be slick. I don't know. Think about it. Games might not be bad. We didn't do games on front page. We did games on street signs. So it's been a minute.
Okay.
It would be fun, though. Dysfunction, name that tune, is fun. Because you start realizing how many lyrics we listen to are super toxic.
Right.
I can't go on without you. Yes, actually, Joker, you can. I can't live without you. You better be able to live without me. And what's actually affirming. I mean, that was fun, but I don't know. Yeah, that's not bad. Let's think about it. Miles, you're always writing. Miles be back there writing songs during the show.
We can have a little share hour. We share like our creative stuff, Dominique. I don't know. I know you're not a fan of having too many people like read or do the poetry type stuff on the air.
It's not. Poetry is fine if you have it memorized. I just think most people are not trained readers. Most people are not, James Earl Jones or Denzel Washington. It's hard for them, and it sounds boring because they don't have the training as actors. But let's follow that thought process a little bit. What is share out your talent? What does that look like?
Like Dominique could come up here and she'll share a poem or a book
I'll
or
do a
something crazy
monologue.
she's been writing.
Here's my audition. I'm always auditioning for newscaster roles. Here's my newscaster audition. That would be boring. But yeah, if you can sing. We used to do that on when I was one of the Harvey's Angels, when I used to be a Harvey sidekick before I graduated to my own morning show. We would have people call in and sing.
Right.
That would be occasionally really terrible, but sometimes it was good.
I don't know. We wouldn't want to do the Gong Show and have like a talent hour on Friday and have people call in and we give them cheers or boos. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. We used to do that with a conscious comedy competition that I produced back at the Regency West when I first got to LA. That was a dope series. We had live shows. Maybe we'll bring that back. Sinbad just out of the blue came up with a cash prize for the winner. He's like, "Oh, this is dope. I'm going to give you a bunch of money and you can give it to the winner." But what we have is we'd have a panel of industry experts that would judge. So it wouldn't be me and you, like maybe some casting directors or some music executives to come in and judge the talent.
We do like, okay, here's something.
But then for that, you need a prize. I want a prize because I don't like, embarrassing people or exploiting their talent with no win. Like when I do an audition, there's a possibility that I'm going to get a job, right? There has to be an upside.
Okay. Would you do maybe on Friday like a post-show podcast with people who pull up on Fridays and we got, a little brunch or something sometimes?
Kind of like the Oprah after the show vibe. We can stream.
Like that. That seems a little bougie saying Oprah. I think more just kicking it in Lamert Park, pull up on Dominique and chill.
Yeah, I know everybody's mad at Oprah right now, but I'm just saying she was the one that pioneered that after the show format where you should have a show after the show.
So the party's the after party.
Well, for me, it wouldn't be bougie except for the food. Not even the food. We could have some wings. Okay, 800-920-1580. What do you think? What's the reinvention? What's the new grind? What's the work smarter, not harder? What's the faster, funnier, freakier, wilder? What's the deeper, more intellectual, level up science? What's the front street science page, first things, turf mashup? Talk to me. 800-920-1580. Miles is here. We're going to do some things. And in the next 5 years or 5 minutes or however much we're given, we are going to do some things around here. That's my challenge, but there's also plenty of headlines to unbox and understand or overstand. All that is coming up only right here.
Thanks for starting your morning off with a voice that speaks truth to power and the powerless, getting to the heart of what matters most in our community. This is where authentic conversation meets real action. From breaking news and politics to culture and community solutions, This is where you hear perspectives you won't hear anywhere else. This is where we come together, get informed, and make change happen. You're inside First Things First with Dominique Miles on KBLA Talk 1580.
Good morning, sunshine. You make my day. Wishing happy birthday to KBLA. 5 years old, yeah, with more that's coming your way. Congratulations, come on, y'all, let's celebrate. Happy, happy birthday to KBLA. Look, 5 years deep and we still going up. Built it from the ground, now the real knowing us. Real talk on the air, then the truth get heard. Every day the proof getting served. He had a vision and he stayed with the plan. Now they tapped in from the beach to the land. Never back down, 7 days of the week, still going up now. We 5 years deep. Wishing happy birthday to KBLA. Happy smiling, you did it with 5 years today. Congratulations, come on y'all, let's celebrate. Happy, happy birthday to KBLA.
Do you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS like Mark?
I've been doing home remodeling for 30 plus years, but the economy crashed. I wound up losing my home, losing my job, and on top of that, owing the IRS a ton of money. I owed the IRS $114,000. It really, truly was the worst part of my life.
Then Mark found tax relief advocates.
On news radio, I heard about TRA, and I thought, what's the worst that could happen? So I picked up the phone and I called them. When it was all said and done, TRA settled my $114,000 debt for $100, and I'm telling you, I was ecstatic. Could not believe it. Would recommend TRA to anyone.
If you owe 10 or even hundreds of thousands of dollars to the IRS, don't lose hope. Do what Mark did and call TRA for a consultation.
But TRA did. They gave me a second chance, and I'm forever grateful.
Visit TRA.com or call 800-575-8935. 800-575-8935. That's 800-575-8935.
This November, you'll decide who leads California. So shouldn't you hear directly from the people asking for your vote? Join us for California Voices, a political town hall and ballot forum, Saturday, October 3rd, 2026. Meet candidates running for governor, lieutenant governor, attorney general, and other major statewide and local offices, including Mayor of Los Angeles, city attorney, and LA County Sheriff. Get clear, nonpartisan breakdowns of the propositions on your November ballot, both sides, no spin. And ask your questions directly, in real conversation, face to face. California Voices is brought to you by KBLA Talk 1580 and the Empowerment Congress, giving you the information you need before you vote. Mark your calendar, Saturday, October 3rd, 2026, California Voices. Follow KBLA 1580 for details and download the KBLA 1580 app. Your vote, your voice. Be there.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. 10 Toes In serves as a mentorship and domestic violence prevention program. They support, educate, and empower couples during and after incarceration. They assist male returning citizens to re-enter society successfully and to help them maintain a healthy relationship with their romantic partner. They offer a mentorship support group for formerly incarcerated men. 10 Toes In teaches its Intimate Relationships 101 curriculum at male prisons throughout the state of California. They host sister support group meetings for women who are intimately involved with incarcerated and formerly incarcerated men. 10 Toes In is a 501c3 nonprofit organization. To access their services or make a donation, please visit them online at 10toesin.org or find them on Facebook or Instagram. They are healing lives through relationships. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
The conversation continues right now with Dominique Miles on First Things First.
All right. It's a Talking Point Tuesday, but we're having a little fun. We're brainstorming. It's a full moon in Capricorn. Let's go. Let's work. That's that grinding all my life energy, Miles, is a full moon in Capricorn energy. Let's go to Sam calling us from Los Angeles. What's up, Sam? Buenos
Hey,
dias.
everything is okay. Buenos dias. Everything is good. Good morning, huh?
Good morning,
Okay.
Jumbo. Hola, hotep. What's up?
Okay.
What's up,
All
Sam?
that good stuff. Okay, I got two things I want to ask you, Dominique. One, I caught you yesterday morning. You talking about this guy named Lane or Lang? I guess it was Lane.
Lang, yeah.
Yeah. Now, was this at the BET Awards out here? What's
Yep.
what's the story behind that?
So that guy is he was one of the January 6th the people that tried to
Insurrectionists.
overthrow the government on January 6th, the coup attempters who was
Mm-hmm.
pardoned by the president. And he has
Okay.
been going around trying to annoy and abuse and provoke black people to get clicks on the internet. That's his new gig. So he was out in Texas during the Carmelo Anthony trial. Every day he was out there calling the protesters, including Dr. Melina Abdullah, who was just here, calling them the N-word, yelling out to the news that Carmelo Anthony should be hanging from a tree, making monkey noises. He was doing all that and kind of got a pass in Texas because the folks from Black Lives Matter were doing their best, and not just BLM grassroots, just the regular locals that were protesting. They were not trying to be painted as savages in the press, so they let the guy do whatever he was doing and tried to stay away from him. So now he comes to L.A. Well, he was eventually arrested in Texas. He got let out. Then he comes to L.A. and he's supposedly protesting Carmelo Anthony in front of the Peacock, which is where the BET Awards were in downtown L.A.
Okay.
They were
Okay.
holding up signs, things like "Black parents are failures," and just really racist stuff. Gay people and black people, shouldn't have rights, and all this stupid stuff. And people told him to get, GFOH, go away. Get out of
I
here.
know what you mean.
Yeah, black people weren't having that. Don't come over here to the BET Awards. This ain't Texas. Ain't no hold'em. You know what I'm saying? Take that show on the road. People were not having it. Black people in LA, we don't play that way. And so he got chased out of there, and then he was whining and crying in the news trying to act like somebody beat him up. But if somebody really beat him up, he would have pressed charges.
Yeah, that's what I heard you say yesterday, Dominic. I was laughing so hard yesterday. I don't think I've ever laughed at what you said since I've listened to it. When you were saying he was acting like a punk B. You a B, and I was just cracking. I said, "Listen to Dominic. I mean, you were really revved up and stuff like that. And I can tell you were really mad. It was funny. As I know you were serious, but it was funny too to hear how you were describing, which is true. You ain't nothing but a little punk, whatever, this and that there. And you said that he claimed he got hit in the face with a bottle.
Yeah.
Did I hear that right yesterday?
Yes. Yeah, that's what
Dominic.
that's what he said on his Twitter.
Oh, on Twitter. Oh, okay. Now he's downtown in person at the Peacock Theater, right?
Not right now, but yeah, that's where he was.
I mean that's where he was on the weekend.
Yeah.
Now, how did he get out of there unscathed, as they say? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because people don't want to go to jail. We know that the
Right,
LAPD
okay.
will always defend the white supremacists because that's what they do. Maybe I shouldn't say always. There may be isolated incidents where they have actually defended the counter-protester, but most of the time, we know what they do, and people are are on to that. It's the BET Awards. We know they're coming for black people. He's an outside agitator. That's what he does. And he wrote on Twitter, he was nearly murdered by a violent black mob. That's what he wrote.
Hyenas. You said hungry hyenas. I think.
Yeah. And yeah, you're right. I was being ironic, but I was also mad, both at the same time. So laugh if you want to. He was being a punk, B. That was things I can't say on the radio. Made.
But to hear you say it and you just went, you were really in a frenzy. That's what made it so funny and serious. But no, I'm not taking what you said lightly. I'm
just saying, don't come to my house, Joker. This ain't Texas.
Yeah.
This
Right,
is
this
South
is the
Central.
South,
And
but
downtown
this ain't
LA
the
is
deep
black
South.
too, so don't play. Yes, it's the South, but not the deep South.
Yeah, you really, that was, it was so funny, Dominique. But yeah, thumbs up to you on that. And then the second thing, I want to ask you, tell you, now the woman down there, as a matter of fact, I read about in the paper the other day, the street vendor. Okay, now you said that the lady, her name was, I forget her last name.
I forget her name too, yeah.
Right. You said that she escalated about throwing some of that Tajin sauce on the woman. But here's the thing, Dominique, I want to ask you this here. To me, it's like a human thing. I don't care if you're a man or woman. If someone is attacking you, you're going to grab, but that's just human nature. You're going to grab or whatever like that. So do you really think that she escalated it by throwing the sauce on? The woman threw it to the ground and was beating her up.
No. I wasn't trying to say that the woman was justified in beating her up. I wasn't saying that at all. She didn't throw the sauce. She was throwing like the powder, the tahini powder. And the woman knew, the attacker, the redhead lady, she knew that it was tahini, like she knew it wasn't anthrax and her life wasn't in danger. But what I was saying is if a crazy person is coming at me, I'm not throwing something in their face because it's going to make it worse. I wasn't trying to justify that it was okay that woman beat up a 62-year-old for putting tahini in her face. I'm just saying I wouldn't recommend flinging something in someone's face when they're already charging at you. Sam, you think that's wrong?
Yeah. Huh?
You think that's wrong? You know what? Hold that thought. We've got news, traffic, and sports, but I'd love to hear your thoughts on that because I certainly wasn't trying to justify the attack whatsoever. I just wouldn't fling something in someone's face unless I was ready to fight. 800-920-1580, KBLA, Talk 1580.
A safe place to go loud. A great place for progressive politics. KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Misty Jordan with BIN News. Now, New York City Mayor Zohran Mamdani is activating a comprehensive heat emergency plan with the heat wave hitting the region. As a part of the plan, the city's opening up hundreds of cooling centers and intensifying outreach to the homeless and older residents who are the most vulnerable to the heat. Starting tomorrow, major changes are coming to student loans that limit how much people can borrow and how they repay. The changes are a part of the One Big Beautiful Bill Act signed into law by President Trump. Loans will be capped for parents at $20,000 a year and $65,000 a year per student. Grad students will be capped at $100,000. And 50 Cent is set to appear at Donald Trump Jr.'s Members Only Club executive branch on the eve of America's 250th anniversary celebrations. Get BIN News now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
It's the Big O Tires Flash Sale. Buy 3 select tires, get 1 free with paid installation. Or get 50% off a full synthetic oil change. And 20% off any repair service. The Big O Tires Flash Sale through July 5th at your local Big O.
Is this the time? This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
A lot of chatter is circulating around the NBA today, and 2 of the names getting the most mentions are LeBron and Kawhi Leonard. Multiple NBA sources claim the Golden State Warriors are planning to make a free agent offer to LeBron. LeBron officially becomes an unrestricted free agent on Wednesday. Sources also have knowledge of Golden State working on a trade to acquire Anthony Davis from the Washington Wizards. A side note to these 2 developments, Golden State's Draymond Green declined a $27.6 million player option with the Warriors for next season, which means he could be willing to sign for less money to make salary cap room for LeBron and Davis. Green, LeBron, and Davis are represented by the same agent, Rich Paul of Clutch Sports. As for Kawhi, sources claim the Clippers are considering trading Kawhi to the Toronto Raptors. Stay tuned for the latest on all of this. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson on KBLA Talk 1580.
You can't fix what you won't face. And we face it every day. This is KBLA Talk 1580.
You've got to try the new TikTok diet.
Just ask chat.
I just take blue-green algae.
You just have to eat kale. Kale.
I read you should put butter in your coffee.
Or you could trust your gut. When it comes to your energy, digestion, and overall health, how do you know what's actually right for you? That's where Viome comes in. Viome is a simple, at-home gut health test that looks at your body's real-time biology using RNA to show what's going on inside you right now. Not trends, not guesses, your biology. With your results, Viome gives you clear, personalized, actionable guidance. Which foods help you, which ones don't, and which supplements your body actually can benefit from. All based on the world's largest gut health databases and thousands of clinical research studies. Many people who use Viome report better digestion, more energy, and an improved mood within months. So stop guessing. Start knowing.
And maybe still eat the kale?
Maybe. Learn more at Viome.com/know. V as in Victor, IOME.com/KNOW. And use coupon code VIOME50 to save $50 off your purchase.
And eat everything blue.
Lena Bloom for the Bail Project.
Imagine you're stuck in a jail cell and you can't afford bail and someone offers you a way out. Just plead guilty and you can go home and kiss your kids goodnight. What do? What thousands have. You plead guilty whether you are or not. Cash bail makes poverty a crime. That's why the Bail Project helps those who can't afford it while fighting to end cash bail. Because freedom should be free.
Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Number 14. That's where Talkers Magazine ranked Tavis Smiley on their Heavy 100 list of the 100 most important talk radio hosts in America. Join Tavis weekdays, 9 a.m. to noon or 9 p.m. to midnight. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
Don't be anxious or confused about AI. Take control of your career when you get the skills to tackle real business problems and design specialized solutions. HR Dive reported that entry-level talent with applied AI credentials can receive up to a 25% salary boost. But where do you find training that you can trust? Future-proof your career and deliver more value with Humans Lead the Way AI. Their hybrid learning courses use practical definitions, real-world examples, and strategic insights to help you and your team understand AI with confidence. No magic, no hacks, no shortcuts. Just practical knowledge that helps you use AI more successfully. Don't wait. AI can never replace people who know how to use it well. Register for courses today at humansleadtheway.com. That's humansleadtheway.com.
Lots of places can expose you to identity theft.
Oh no.
That's why LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points a second for threats to your identity, which is way more than anyone can do on their own. If we find anything suspicious, like new loans or changes to your financial accounts, we alert you right away, all through text, phone, email, or the LifeLock app. Get the alerts that could make all the difference. Save up to 30% with promo code NEWS at lifelock.com. Terms apply.
Why'd I go to the doctor? Working on the farm, my heart kept skipping a beat. I didn't think much of it, but my daughters made me get checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit NoTimeToWait.com. Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
We knew you'd stick around. This is LA's home for progressive talk radio. Welcome back to KBLA Talk 1580.
All right, Sam, my news enthusiast, is on the phone. He brought up this guy, Jake Lang. I wanted to point out that the guy apparently is running for office in Florida. I meant to mention that. And I didn't realize, I looked this up and didn't realize, Sam, that he is also, the reason he went to jail in Texas is because he threatened to murder Carmelo Anthony in revenge over Austin Metcalf. So there's that. In regards to the street vendor who was attacked, her name is Arabelia Martinez. This is a detail that I didn't know either, which is that the person who attacked her, as seen on video, who was arrested, is named Harmony Heaven Church. That's her name. Harmony Heaven Church. Apparently they tried to cast good upon her spirit by naming her Harmony Heaven Church, but we're going to have to do some work on that. But she's also 19, so she's a teenager, which to some extent, it's not an excuse, but to some extent it explains the stupid behavior. The woman, pouring hot sauce over the woman's hot dogs and then attacking the woman. They're kind of separated, and then the woman walks away and she tries to attack her again.
But I read in the paper, Dominique, the article yesterday. Now, you probably know this here. I couldn't wait to tell you this here. I read the article the chick Harmony said that she walked up to the vendor. She said that she had the money, and the lady told her, "Oh no, we don't serve your kind of people here," whatever like that. And that's when she said she retaliated. And she said that she's a TikTok, whatever she goes by the name Lady something 6. So I don't know. I mean,
that Arabella is a TikTok or Harmony is a TikTok?
No. The Harmony is.
Well,
she goes by the,
I had heard that, but I didn't hear her say that the woman said we don't serve your kind. What I had heard was that Harmony was threatening to call ICE on the woman.
Okay, that's what they said on TV also, but in the article in the LA Times yesterday, day before yesterday, said that it started when she went up to approach the vendor, and she had the money, and the vendor supposed to told her, we don't serve your kind of people here, or something like that, and that's what she said. But Dominique, you know, and I know, if you're a street vendor, I don't care if you selling hot dogs, tacos, hamburgers, or whatever. Every penny, every dime counts. So. And then she's supposed to have a podcast, whatever, Harmony on TikTok. So I think it sounds like she got mental issues and stuff like that.
Maybe so, because I saw her initial defense. The first video that she put up didn't say anything about that. It didn't say that the woman was discriminating against her, but she was trying to more or less get sympathy, saying the woman threw the stuff at her first, but. Then, I don't know what to believe. I'd have to see more video, but I had heard that, what was being said, according to some witnesses, where I don't know if they're reliable or not, was that the woman, that Harmony was trying to extort her, and saying, if you don't give me something, I'll report you to ICE or whatever. But what you can see on video is you can see Harmony pouring the hot sauce over all the nasty hot dogs, and then the woman throwing the tahini in Harmony's face. And I was just wondering, were you thinking that I was, that I shouldn't have said that? Because for me, if someone throws something in my face, it's going to make me madder. And if I was on the edge of beating you up and then you threw something in my face, like, I probably shouldn't tell that story. Never mind.
I was just saying that. I was saying, well, it's like that. Okay, you were saying that the lady, the Latino lady, escalated by throwing stuff at Harmony.
Yes.
I'm not saying that you were defending Harmony or whatever like that, but that's what I was saying. I said, well, I got a call about me because this is human nature. Somebody, I don't care if you're a man or woman, it's just that you're going to pick up or throw or whatever like that. So in other words, I didn't see any escalation is what I'm saying. I don't think I'm not. I know you
okay.
didn't say
Anytime you throw something into someone's face, there's a good chance they're going to respond by hitting you. I mean, that's what I think. Maybe I'm a little bit too much, roughneck. But I think if I throw something in your face or anybody's face, I am going to expect them to retaliate. That's all I'm saying. I'm ducking. Right.
If, yeah, I understand
it could be baking powder, it could be tahini, whatever it is. If I throw something in your face, my next move is duck or run or square up. You know what I mean? If I think I can take you on, then I'm gonna square up. If it's a hit and run, then I'm running. I'm not just gonna throw something in your face and be like expecting no reaction, especially if you're already mad.
Right. I think she got some mental issues. I mean, and one more thing, I won't hold you up. One more thing, you might know, I don't know, a young white lady, a girl, she's an actress. Her name is Davy something. They found her dead. They say she does voiceovers for cartoons or something.
Oh yeah, I saw that story. I didn't really go deep into it, but yeah, I did see that story.
They said they found her on Skid Row. They said she was a guy. I guess he's the unofficial mayor of Skid Row, and he was talking about that she was sleeping in her van. And just yesterday, they said she died of AIDS. And she was an attractive young girl, So I was just wondering if you know anything about her. I'm not familiar with her.
I really don't. I really don't. I know that people get AIDS from all kinds of things, including.
Right. They said she had some type of bacteria. All kind of stuff.
I'm just saying she could have gotten it from sex. She could have gotten it from a needle. But I'm not.
Right.
I don't know. I haven't.
Yeah.
I really haven't dug deep into that case, to be honest with you.
All right, Dominique. Well, I appreciate the conversation, and Hey, that dude Jake Lang. Hey, you really gave it to him. If I never laugh at what you say again, I really got a good laugh yesterday. I appreciate that. So I'll never forget. Okay, have a good day.
All right, Sam, I appreciate you.
Okay.
Yeah, no disrespect to the young actress. There's endless stories in the news, and I tend to read them in order of priority for this particular audience and this particular broadcast, because there's endless news, and I don't necessarily know about all of it all the time. Looks like right now we've got breaking news. It looks like the Supreme Court is upholding birthright citizenship, rejecting the executive order that says that children born of parents who are in the United States illegally or temporarily are not American citizens. Today is the final day of the Supreme Court's term. So it looks like they are upholding birthright citizenship, which is what most legal scholars thought. But with this Supreme Court, it's hard to know exactly what they would do. They relied on sort of the traditional settled understanding of the 14th Amendment that came into use after the Civil War, and more recent rulings that say anyone born in this country is a citizen. There's a few exceptions, but for the most part, doesn't matter what is happening with the parents. If the person was born here, they're a citizen. That was a decision that is in line with what the lower courts had been saying, but it wasn't a given, because if you think about it, this court, several of those justices swore in front of the Senate, sworn testimony, that Roe v. Wade was settled law and that they were not looking to overturn it. And then they got in office and did exactly that. They overturned it. So this is not a given. And apparently there were questions from, back in April from both the conservatives and the liberals on the court saying that, questioning whether or not the executive order was actually legal. So that's good news. That's your palate refresher. They've made some other decisions that we may not love as much. Again, they got rid of limits on how much political parties can spend in coordination with their candidates. So they're striking down a 50-year-old plus election law, which means that even more money can pour into politics, which is crazy when you look at the sort of financial escalation that's happening in these races, more and more and more money being spent, and these offices being so expensive that it becomes prohibitive for anybody who's not rich or backed by the oligarchy to get into office. They're also it looks like they're upholding a ban on transgender athletes in sports. That's a law that's been passed individually by about half of the states in the United States of America that prohibits transgender girls and women from playing in public school and college sport teams. That is, the extreme court stripping away more rights. 6 justices in the majority here. But they had that, not at all surprising. They have ruled ruling after ruling against trans youth in the past year. Today's decision says that the bans that are in place in Idaho and West Virginia do not violate the Constitution. They said that barring trans girls and women does not violate Title IX, which prohibits sex discrimination in education, and that states may maintain women and girls sports for biological females. That I envision that whenever the court changes, when it turns over, this is probably going to be reversed. But for now, it is the law of the land as of today. as of this ruling. The states are now allowed to legally discriminate against trans women and girls. And so our busy Supreme Court sending down these rulings on the last and final day of their term. The NAACP and other civil rights organizations praising their decision on birthright citizenship, which is not surprising, and it's as they should. I am actually surprised. I'm going to be honest with you. I know all the legal experts said they're not going to strike down birthright citizenship, but I thought they would, because to me they are out of control and extremely partisan. But I'll say they've done the right thing in this one particular issue. We had a couple of victories yesterday as well. But yeah, the ruling on trans women and girls, in my opinion, is going to expand the discrimination against trans people. It's in half the states. It's probably going to end up in most of the states. And they will build on this to discriminate against trans women and girls and trans people in general in other ways. And the crazy thing about this, you're talking about less than 1/4% of humans. The number of actual trans women and girls that are trying to compete in sports is very, very tiny. And so the fact that this has gone all the way to the extreme court and now been ruled on in this way is really telling about the priorities of this Republican Party. As they spend up all your money on forever wars, spend up all your money on ballrooms and state fairs and ugly golden eagles for the White House, but claim that we don't have enough money to continue to fund Social Security. This is their priority. Not too late to call me, 800-920-1580. I'm Dominique DePrima for KBLA Talk 1580.
More of First Things First with Dominique DePrima when we come forward.
We got to laugh the pain away.
Join Chris Spencer and Friends live. Chris Spencer and Friends take the stage Sunday, July 12th, 5:30 p.m. at the Alex Theater for Stand Up for Students, a night of comedy benefiting Pasadena Rosebud Academy. Pasadena Rosebud Academy was lost in the Altadena Eaton fire. For over 20 years, they held our kids down. Now it's time for us to hold them up. Chris Spencer and Friends, featuring Reg Thomas, Felicia Folks, Chase Anthony, and Jesus Trejo, with DJ Aisha Irene on the music. One night, big laughs, real community. Join James Farr of KBLA Talk 1580 and be part of a night where laughter meets purpose. Chris Spencer and Friends, Stand Up for Students, Sunday, July 12th at 5:30 p.m. Tickets at the Alex Theater box office and the Alex Theater website at www.thealex.com. TheAlex.com. Chris Spencer and Friends. Don't miss it.
We got to laugh the pain away.
This event is sponsored by Bradlaugh APC.
Listen up, KBLA delegation. We have something you need to hear. Right now, you may qualify for low-cost home internet. And we're not talking about a catch. This is real. Many internet service providers offer low-cost internet plans if anyone in your household is enrolled in CalFresh, Medi-Cal, SSI, or is income eligible. There are a lot of families in our community who deserve to be connected. Here's all you do. Call 844-461-7893. That's the Get Connected call center. Real people ready to help you enroll today. Or go online to internetforallnow.org to find a provider near you. You may also qualify for a low-cost computer through Human IT. Connectivity is not a luxury. In 2026, it's a necessity. And you deserve access just like everybody else. Call 844-461-7893. That's 844-461-7893. KBLA's got you. If you missed any of this, you can always go to our website at KBLA1580.com. Brought to you by KBLA Talk 1580 in partnership with the California Emerging Technology Fund, CETF.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. Created with a share of the 1984 Olympic Games surplus, LA 84 began operations in 1985 as a grant-making and educational foundation. Today, the LA 84 Foundation supports hundreds of nonprofit youth sports organizations throughout Southern California annually, trains coaches, commissions research, convenes conferences, and maintains the world's premier Olympic and sports library collection. They are transforming lives and communities through the power of youth sports. To find out about youth sports programs for yourself or your child, and to get information about the grants and support they offer to schools and nonprofits, or if you want to make a donation, please visit la84.org. That's la84.org. Or you can call them at 323-730-4600. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Heard any other talk radio lately that sounds anything like this? We didn't think so. You're listening to Unapologetically Progressive, KBLA Talk 1580.
And speaking of our day ones and our half-a-decade journey, look who's on the phone, Miles. It's Dwight, straight out of Compton. Good morning, Dwight.
Good morning, Dominique. Hotep Jumbo to KBLA family, you, Tavis, Miles, everybody there at KBLA and the hardworking postal workers. Dominique, I thought of something that you already did today and you do every day is a community alert day to warn us of the people, the laws, the lies that are hurting our community and how we can fight against them. And like, for instance, when Dr. Abdullah was giving a phone number out, YouTube shows a commercial right in the middle of the phone number, or when you're having a conversation at an important point, YouTube just shows a commercial, and then they show a commercial on top of your commercial that for KBLA. But the main thing, like you said today, the Supreme Court, this Supreme Court, I would like them to put ethic federal rules. They're the only court that has no ethic rules.
That's
crazy. So they need to place rules. Yeah, they need to place ethic rules on the Supreme Court, and then make an easy way to impeach and remove the justices, like taking bribes and
like
not following the Constitution.
Clarence Thomas.
Yeah,
yeah. I mean, and the thing
Trump
about it is,
for crime.
They have to be ethics rules with teeth. I don't just want a list.
Yeah.
I want a list with some real consequences.
Are the same ones they already have on federal judges in other courts.
On every other judge. Every other judge, yeah.
Yeah, every other judge has to follow ethics. Put the same rules on the Supreme Court, and then we could all go to congress.gov or call their phone number, which is 202-224-3121, and leave a comment that you want ethic rules placed on the Supreme Court, and you also want an easy way to impeach and remove the Supreme Court justices when they break those rules.
Yeah,
and
not
maybe
to mention,
even put a term limit.
They need term limits, but that would require a constitutional amendment. Those other things you mentioned Congress can do on their own, just as Congress could expand the number of justices on the court, which would be helpful, but they're not going to do it. I think that those are great ideas. I do think that, did you see Clarence Thomas yesterday? MSNBC found him on the Hill, on Capitol Hill, and they were asking, who are you meeting with? Apparently he was in the section of the building where all the Republican lawmakers have their offices. He denied that he was meeting with Speaker Johnson, but refused to say what he was doing there. He kind of was like, oh, I'm just here walking around. No, you're not, Joker. There's a reason. Nobody just goes to Capitol Hill to just walk around. That Joker is so corrupt. He could be in the dog pound.
Kings and queens that are ruling our people, because 6 Supreme Court justices can not follow the Constitution and say who's a citizen, who's not. Women can't have health care abortions. They can, and women are dying, going to hospitals, and who can vote and who can't vote by taking voting rights away from black people that have been on the books for years and years. They're the real kings and queens. Those 6 Supreme Court justices are the real. Trump even has to go to them. He acts like a king, but he still uses them to put all these restrictions on the American people.
Looking forward to seeing his tweets today when he starts melting down over the birthright citizenship. But the thing about it is that's why we need term limits. It ain't going to happen anytime soon, but we do need it. And we need it, because you're right. They're like emperors and queens. They have lifetime appointments. I thought that's why we had a doggone revolution. Anyway, thank you for your call. Dwight, I always appreciate you. I'm going to go to Big Phil real quick because Big Phil's always real quick. Straight out of Compton.
It's a Big Phil. Man, Travis Valley put a hammer down on Marquise Darcy. He's right about what he said about Marquise. He's been telling lies to black folks for a long time since he's been in the L.A. community, okay? And I'm with Travis Valley, okay?
Well, okay, give me an example what you're upset with Council President Harris Dawson about.
Well, the stuff he promised the people back in the day, I think I was reading the Sentinel about a couple organizations he fell out with. He promised, didn't make his promise, didn't keep, okay? And with Travis breaking it down to, it's a lot of lip service, even with the black caucus, you said you're going to do that. It's time to do stuff for black folks, then you turn your back on us, okay? That's all I'm saying, okay?
Well, yeah, I think when we put people on blast on the radio, I always want specifics. Tavis's editorials, for those who haven't heard, are criticizing the Destination Crenshaw project, which is right next to the station, which has been repeatedly delayed. And that is a project that was the brainchild of Council President Marquise Harris Dawson. It's not a project of the city or the county or the state. It was a project that council member privately launched in our district, the district we broadcast from, which is the 8th, here in Los Angeles. And we've been waiting for its completion. So Tavis is putting the council member on blast. I appreciate your call as always, Phil. News, traffic, and sports, and we're talking about who gets to tell our stories. Who gets to tell our stories? How do we control and distribute the narrative? That's after news, traffic, and sports, only right here.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Misty Jordan with BIN News. Now, New York City Mayor Zohran Mamdani is activating a comprehensive heat emergency plan with the heat wave hitting the region. As a part of the plan, the city's opening up hundreds of cooling centers and intensifying outreach to the homeless and older residents who are the most vulnerable to the heat. Starting tomorrow, major changes are coming to student loans that limit how much people can borrow and how they repay. The changes are a part of the One Big Beautiful Bill Act signed into law by President Trump. Loans will be capped for parents at $20,000 a year and $65,000 a year per student. Grad students will be capped at $100,000. And 50 Cent is set to appear at Donald Trump Jr.'s Members Only Club executive branch on the eve of America's 250th anniversary celebrations. Get BIN News now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
It's the Big O Tires Flash Sale. Buy 3 select tires, get 1 free with paid installation. Or get 50% off a full synthetic oil change. And 20% off any repair service. The Big O Tires Flash Sale through July 5th at your local Big O.
This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
A lot of chatter is circulating around the